to an exciting pop-up free class that I have decided to offer. This is the Rainy Day Surprise class. When I was a kid, my mom ordered a craft box from somewhere that had the most amazing things in it. It had awesome cellophane pieces of paper that were rainbow and sparkly, and foam stickers, and all kinds of fun things that we could just play with, cut up, glue, make the coolest crafts and the coolest pictures ever. So this class is named after that. It was our rainy day surprise that she ordered. It was raining the first time that she took it out, and I always asked her for the rainy day surprise. Can we do a rainy day surprise, Mom? So this is the rainy day surprise. And since it is the change of seasons, it is the beginning of spring, the rain is still falling, but the sun is starting to shine. It is the perfect time for our rainy day surprise. And while this class will be mostly happy, it is still going to be educational. We still may go through some sad, rainy emotions, but in the end, maybe we will have some flowers grow up out of all of our turmoil. The first thing that I want to do, well, I guess I'll list our supplies. We're going to need canvas, spray bottle, paint. We use acrylic paint. It just dries faster. Otherwise, if you use oils, it would take hours and hours to do the same similar steps. You will need any beverages that you want, any food, any music, snacks, just anything that makes you more comfortable, a candle that you like to burn, anything that just lifts up your spirits and gets you in the mood for painting is definitely wanted and welcome in this area. I am Cassandra Eastham, and I am happy to be guiding you along this class. The first thing that I want to do is to think about the rain. Think about maybe not the rain, but a sad emotion that you are wanting to wash away, especially with the past year, or it's going to probably be the past couple of years. We have been going through a lot. We have a lot of emotions. There's a lot of anger rising up. There's a lot of judgment. There's fear. There's the unknown. There's death. It's been a crazy, crazy time. So think of some words or even some symbols that describe the things that you want to wash away. You could just write fear on the canvas, or you could draw a symbol of like a virus, or whatever you feel called to do. That's going to be our first step. We are going to write our fearful words that we want to wash away. So grab a color. Any color is fine. I'm going to actually spray my canvas down first just because I like the little drips that come out of it. You can do the same if you want, but spray your canvas down and think of maybe, well, as many words as you want, and then write them on the canvas. It doesn't have to be pretty. I have fear. The unknown. Judgment. Control. Just anything that you can think of that you're going to want to wash away. The negative emotions that have been pushing on you and pulling you down. The things that you want to erase. And it can be personal. It doesn't have to necessarily be society too. It could be something if you want better health, you can write health on here. If maybe unconfidence, what the word is for that. In here, I'll just write negative image. And go on and take your time with this. It is a good idea to sign it too. Sign it and date it so you don't forget it. And also take a picture so you remember. Go ahead and document it as we go along. The next thing that we are going to want to do is let ourselves feel these emotions even more. These emotions they might be negative and they might feel negative, but they still can bring about a positive knowing and positive to our life once we understand and know what these emotions are trying to tell us. So as we spray our canvas down, get it super, super wet. Don't worry about drips, but make sure you do have something below your canvas to protect carpet if you have carpet, because otherwise it will be a mess. So get your canvas nice and wet. We are going to add the rain. And you can use blue for the rain or any color that you want. It doesn't have to be blue. But we're just going to take our paint. We have just a little bit of paint on our paintbrush. Our paintbrush is wet as well, so it's nice and soupy. And we're just going to draw some lines for the rain. You can draw through your words. Keep them on if you want. And your canvas should be wet enough where the rain starts to drip. If it doesn't drip, you can spray it a little bit more, get some more water on there, which I will do as well, because we are feeling into these emotions and letting the rain absorb them. We are learning from them and washing them away. Watch them wash away as the rain drips onto them. And just feel into it as you go along. There's no time limit, so this would be a good time to turn on some music. And take as long as you need. Feel into each word. We have the judgment here. There's a divide, especially with America. Well, I'm sure there's a divide everywhere, but you need to feel into it. Discover the cause and the fear that is causing the judgment. And if we are actually putting our judgment in the right place, I might turn it just for fun. That's probably not all the way in the picture. But I'm going to add a deep sea of emotions down below on this bottom part. So we're not going to work with the top here. And you can stick, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm just wanting to put the emotions somewhere. They're never going to go away. But I'm going to make a sea down below. A place where our emotions can go and give us wisdom. Stay there until they are called. Now we have a deep, I would call it blue, but it's more green, a deep green sea where emotions can live. And they can give us insight in our thoughts, but they won't overpower us. Add a little dripping, just like water likes to do. Let it drip for another second. And you can keep your canvas turned whatever way you feel called to turn or to keep it, or you can keep turning it throughout the whole process. I'm going to turn it back this way. And well, I'm going to let this dry for a little bit while I add a few sparkles just by adding dots. A few sparkles of insight and healing to what we've just been thinking about. And just draw a dot if you want to make any shapes around the dots, just to add emphasis to whatever you're thinking about. Bolden them up. And just wherever you feel called, add a little bit of knowledge. You can just do a little cross for knowledge or just dots, whatever you feel called to do. There's no right or wrong. Add it anywhere you want in your painting. I'm going to go around where the words are. Little sparks of insight, knowledge. And as you're making dots, just listen to your thoughts and any wisdom that comes up. And hit pause if you need more time. I tend to sometimes go a little bit fast, but you can always hit pause and just enjoy the process as you go along. The next thing we are going to add is the wind. The wind whispers bits of insight to us as we go about our day. Random thoughts just pop up out of nowhere, and suddenly you know things that you couldn't have known otherwise. So right now we're going to draw the wind coming into our painting and whispering to us little bits of knowledge that we need to know, that we need to hear, that help us with any of our negative emotions. So you can pick any color you want for the wind. I'm going to go with a light green. And we're just going to draw the wind coming in and whispering. Listen to its wisdom as you draw, just wavy lines. Your wind can take on any pattern. It doesn't have to be these same curvy lines that I'm drawing. Just whatever your wind feels like it looks like to you. Draw as many wind lines as you want, as you just listen to what comes up. And it could be anything about anything that comes up for you. As you get insights, write them down. Or even little inspirations. Is the wind telling you anything you need to know about your fears or what you should be learning? Is it telling you that it's just a passing season? Or things that you should do to help heal or help heal others? when you feel like you have a little bit of knowledge of what the wind is telling you, you can actually code it right onto your canvas. And by coding it, I mean just draw a message that can be completely random squiggles, shapes, anything that your hand just feels like doing. And this can inform you of more things, and it is your own personal code wrapped in the wind. You can do that with every piece of wind or just certain ones where you feel called. We'll just code the message of the wind. You can just use a little paintbrush or whatever you have. And just randomly make your own shapes, your own language, your own code. You can think of this like your soul speaking to you and writing out knowledge, instructions. Could be reprogramming something in your life that you want to change. That one just felt called to go down. So just don't control it. Just allow your hand to move as you just listen and don't control. And take as long as you need to code your painting. We're going to go ahead and take a break and let everything completely dry. So as you are coding, Just enjoy, turn up some music, and let your subconscious control and teach you what it wants you to know. So we'll take maybe 10 minutes for a break, and we will be back in just a minute.